All I do is punt.
Best offensive player and their best defensive player.
Welcome to the Outback to End Zone podcast. A Wednesday edition, Thursday night released. Aid, how are you, mate?
Good, thanks. Adsy, how are you, mate?
Good. Still looking for a drink sponsor too, if anyone's keen. I think we change beers every night.
Oh, I think Monday I was drinking a Sar, you were drinking mid-strength, and now we're Carlton Dries. So if there's a grog company out there that would like to sponsor us, that being said, we'll take any sponsor at the moment. Get on board.
Soft drink, beer, non-alcoholic, whatever it is.
We'll say water. I'd tell you what, Intern, with your drinking habits, mate, we might need a water sponsor when we're recording on a Sunday.
Oh, man's not a camel, Jamie. We know this.
How are you, Jamo?
Yeah, not too bad. Do you enjoy the new setup, boys? How's the new look? I've got everything a bit more
We
aligned
can't
there.
really look at you, but yeah, it looks good.
Oh, as long as you can hear me, that's the main thing.
No, it's very good. Well, do you want to jump straight into it? We got a busy sports it's crazy because we say that nearly every week, but sports is fucking busy.
And that's the thing, like we're coming towards the end of the World Cup, like we were talking the other day. Wimbledon's done. The girls have just finished the T20 World Cup. But we get more.
Basketball's done.
NFL's not on, but we get more and more news, headlines daily. So we've got plenty to unpack.
Let's rip in, cross the end zone. Jamo, hit the stinger.
We cross live to three blokes with absolutely zero sources.
Well, off the rip for tonight, we're going to go into the cricket, my probably main realm. And Brendan McCullum, after a 4-year tenure as the England Tests coach, has been said, we're done with you, thanks, Baz. So, as I said, a 4-year tenure now comes to an end. With Stokes' retirement, it's the end of Bazball. R.I.P. Bazball. And as an Aussie cricket fan, it's a sad, sad day. Because they could have kept dishing up the shit that they were dishing up. We would have kept pumping them. So, I personally, I think it's time. Like England they're moving on from Stokes. They have to move on from Baz, I think, to progress. Joe Root hasn't got a heap of cricket left in him, one wouldn't think. So they have to start looking at the next step. And obviously they've got a lot of talent in that squad, but I think it's now time to move on. What do you think?
Bazball got talked up like a porn star and produced like a virgin. Ever since Brendan McCullum become coach of England, it was, Bazball this, Bazball that. They didn't win anything. Nothing. Never beat us in the Ashes. Never produced. How many test series did they win? Fuck all. Talked up like a porn star, produced like a virgin. That's my thoughts on Bazball. Fuck off England. Yeah.
How have you come up with that analogy?
Well, it's just what happens. Brendan McCullum just goes, yeah, this and that, and he struts and he's pumping, and it feels like he's had a pump every time he talks. And then Stokesy was the same, and they just under-deliver all the time. It was the Ashes in England, the most recent Ashes, great series, but your home Ashes you should win, and England didn't.
Especially there too.
Yeah, it's a clear home ground advantage. It's like playing cricket in India. You never win in India. Playing cricket in Australia, no one should beat us in Australia. They don't get fucking close to us in Australia. They talk all this, we're going to... Nah, fuck off, Brendan McCullum. Fuck off, you dirty poms. Stick to soccer.
I can't add anything after that, mate. You've summed that up perfectly.
I can just see myself making up a reel here and having Johnny Sins' head on Brendan McCullum's body, and then going to the who's that virgin of
The
What's
movie?
his name?
Steve Carroll, the 40-year-old virgin.
McLovin.
Oh boy. But the one thing that they did say when Brendan McCullum was ever scrutinised is like, well, we're getting results in these tests. There's less draws. We just keep losing them.
I'd rather draw than lose.
Yeah.
There's something in us showing a bit of ticker and having a 5-day draw than pissing it away.
But yeah, so they haven't appointed a new coach yet, so I'll be very interested to see who they go with, where they go with.
And what route they take. Like whether they try and stick to this aggressive, not losing, not drawing technique, or whether they go back to a bit more traditional. Because I think Test cricket has evolved to more aggressive, but you don't need to be trying to be like Crawley is and hit every ball for six. Like, he's the perfect example. Makes fuck all or he makes a heap. Averages about 30 in Test cricket. Like, what's the get you? It gets you an average of 30 and not enough wins, more losses than wins.
Yeah, and like you can see guys like Joe Root and Jacob Bethel. Like, I'm a massive Jacob Bethel fan. Before the Ashes over here, before he made that 100, I was big on him, said he should be starting, he should be
Pathetic
playing.
at the Renegades.
Pathetic at the Renegades, but like has so much talent. And him and Joe Root, I think, play it really well, that they both have, well, how you should play cricket, have the gears to go through, know when it's time to be aggressive, know when it's time to be conservative. But two blokes that have got all the shots and can do it whenever they want, like so much talent. I just think they need to find the fine line. I don't actually hate the idea of being aggressive, but like you say with Zach Crawley, there's a very fine line with it, and that's just cricket.
Last thing on this I want to add, like, I play local cricket. I'm not a super duper star.
You don't play local cricket anymore,
Used to. Bronco Benny, really good batsman. If you make 100, make it off.
Really good batsman.
If you make 100, make 100 off 100 balls. You shouldn't be taking more, because you should be able to, as you say, go up those gears, start scoring quickly when you've faced 50, 60 rocks. That's when you start putting the ball to the fence, pushing for twos, doing that sort of stuff. You don't need to be coming out first ball and trying to hit it for six like Zach Crawley does.
Yeah, spot on.
My across the end zone. So we're going to our Cavs Jamo and the Donovan Mitchell extension. He has signed a 4-year max contract, $273 million, $396 per second, $23,763 per minute, $831,707 per game. That is an almighty contract. He's locked in. He'll be a Cavalier for life because we are that far up the luxury tax. It's not funny now. Donnie's a Cav for life now, Jamo. What are your thoughts?
US dollars as well was the first thing I thought. Fuck, that's a lot of money. Very glad we keep him there forever. I think we just still need to put the right pieces around him, and I don't know. I don't love our current team, but I think he's...
I'll tell you what, Jamo, I love it a hell of a lot more when LeBron James signs.
Well said. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too, mate. Fingers crossed.
Cool.
I think we had to do this. I think we had to keep him there. I think if we lost Donovan Mitchell, the whole team would fall apart. So it's a good start, but long way to go for the Cavs, I think.
I totally agree. I'm big on this trade. I know it locks you into Donovan Mitchell. What has Donovan Mitchell achieved? 1 Eastern Conference Finals in his career. What's your alternative? Trade him. We're already screwed up the luxury tax, as I said, or whatever the cap thing is. You're not going to be able to get... you just saw what Jaylen Brown got traded for. Like, imagine if we got dished up that and you're like, well, fuck. So you don't want to be paying the bloke $70 million like you will be when he's about 47 years old, but at least he's in Cavs colours and you can build a team around him. The Knicks showed, why can't he be our Jalen Brunson? Like, he has that potential to have a season like that, I think. And
he's a star. Like, he's a very fucking good basketball.
Top 10 player in the league.
Yeah, 100%.
So sign him up. It's a fucking lot of money, but yeah.
Nah, I do agree with that. And there is no reason why he can't be the Cavs' Jalen Brunson. He's proved he's done that in pieces before. He's also 29 years old, so that deal, players are playing so well into their mid-30s, especially in the NBA these days. So I don't think it's going to be one of those ones he's going to be real old and not performing anymore. I think he's going to provide value through that whole contract. So, yeah, I like it. I think we had to do it. I want to say I love it, but I need to see what the Cavs are going to do around it first. Because if we blow up the rest of this team and we're stuck still with Donovan Mitchell, we're going to be in that real mid-range sort of position where you don't want to be stuck in there, especially basketball.
Turn?
I did say too that he could have held out for like a 5-year Supermax contract worth, don't quite remember, 340 or 80 or something along those lines. So like, I think it's a massive thing, a massive win for the Cavs to get him when they have now. And that's the thing. It's now about trying to find some pieces to go around him. But as you said, top 10 player, I think he's a star. I think it's a good move for you. But yeah, it'd be very interesting to see once season rolls around how it plays out. But
when we cheers to LeBron James coming home, it looks a hell of a lot better.
that's
While we're on the basketball front, have you seen, boys, last week the Kawhi Leonard trade has been pulled the rug off. It's not happening, but it might still be happening. So the Kawhi Leonard scandal has been in the news now for over 10 months. When he signed with the Clippers, apparently there was a little bit of under the table stuff from Stevie Ballmer, the Clippers owners, one of his companies was paying Kawhi Leonard to just not do anything. And it wasn't a couple of penny dollars turn. It would have been a wage that me and you and Jamo could have all lived off. But they did the trade, and then apparently as the trade paperwork was going through, the league said, are you sure to the Raptors, if you trade for him and he gets suspended, which they haven't said he's going to, but potentially, like, it's on you. So huge news out of the NBA. The one thing about it before I pass on, how can it take over 10 months to come to a decision about whether you're going to suspend him, whether you're going to, like, they've got billions of dollars to figure out what the fuck happened. Sort it out. What do you boys think?
This shit gets sorted out quicker in local footy, let alone when you've got that much money floating around. The part that I just can't have about it, if you're going to pay someone under the table, don't do it through a company, like through their books. Cash. There's no
Duffel bags.
There's no tax on the cash. Give him a couple of bands here and there. Keep him happy that way. Don't put it in his bank account, you fucking idiots. Dumb.
Just load the Brinks truck back to his house and just have bags of cash pissing out of it.
Oh, I know tradies around bloody Ballarat that are walking around with that much cash. It's not that hard to come across when you got that much money. God, silly. What do you think, Jamie?
I think if the ATO is listening, we respect ethical business and that's how we operate. I think if the ATO is not listening, pay him the cash. Come on.
Cash! Cash is king. It always has been. It always will be.
It'll be interesting now, though, if he does get suspended and the Raptors choose not to trade for him, because potentially they could have got involved in the Jaylen Brown business if they knew that this was going to be the case. They've come out and said they still expect the trade to come, to happen, and it will all happen. But yeah, it's interesting.
It makes me think about the Max Crosby trade in the NFL preseason and how they backflipped on that. Like, imagine thinking you've got a guy and then all of a sudden,
we don't got a
guy.
That's right, boys. Well, a bit of AFL news, boys. We had 2 extensions, 2 big young key forwards that have signed. Nate Caddy is extended to 2031 with the Bombers, and Jed Walter is extended with Gold Coast to 2029. What is Nate Caddy thinking? This might be one of the dumbest re-signings I've ever heard in my life. Does he just want poor delivery until the middle of his prime? If I was him, I'm glad this didn't happen, but I would have been taking whatever Geelong was offering me. I would have parked myself there. Jez is probably going to retire in the next couple of years, if not the end of this year. All of a sudden, you're Geelong's key forward. You've got Max Holmes kicking you the ball. You've got Baz delivering it. With a young gun midfield for the rest of your career. What a muppet. What is he thinking?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be re-signing at Essendon.
Hard to argue his point.
I would say that the truck that we were talking about might have had a little bit to do with it, because if I'm Essendon, I'm not letting him out of I'm not letting him out of the office before he re-signs it. And if he says he wants $1 gazillion, well, that's what he's getting. I'm still both key forwards here. It takes a lot longer to develop. I'm a key forward, a lot worse than these two, but took me a while to get my feet under me as a senior footballer.
I'm 26. I still haven't found one.
But I worry that Nate Caddy's that bit older. Isn't a bit older?
No, he's pretty young. I think were they same draft?
They both show talent to be A graders, but big extensions. It's like the Tom Boyd deal. It's like you're giving a young guy big money. Is it worth it? Don't know. What it says to me, the Jed Walter part, is Ben King's gone, because I think they could have kept one, and they now know, well, Ben King's probably out the door, so let's pay Jed Walter a little bit more, because people were coming after both of them.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's smart as by Essendon. Like, Caddy is bums on seats. People want to watch him. He is their future. So, like, fair enough, they have to offer him a shitload and they have to make him stay. At the current situation, you go, why would you stay? Why would you stay? But they're not going to get any better if he leaves. So it obviously shows that he's buying into them and he can see the light at the tunnel and wants to be a part of it. If they can manage to get themselves to a point
What was that tunnel that you were talking about a few weeks ago, Jamie? The Strait?
No, the Marianas Trench, mate.
Yeah, well, that's about as light as the fucking Essendon future. Yeah. If you don't know what the Marianas Trench is, because I didn't until Jamie said it, check it out. What is it? The deepest fucking canal in the world.
Yeah,
pitch black. That's Essendon's future.
I think it's about 16 Ks underwater or something like that. It's a long way.
Bright.
But as for Walter, I think it's smart on his behalf not signing as long a deal. It locks him in for the next 2 years there, essentially. So then he can reassess. You hope that he has 2 massive years where then he can go, righto, pay me, and he can get a bag. Whereas, like you say, it shows that King's leading. There was a lot of interest in Walter. I personally am not sold on him yet. I think there is the potential, but he hasn't really torn a game apart yet. But the Gold Coast have now shown enough faith in him that they're going to give him essentially 2 seasons after this year to show what he's worth, and it's now on him. So I think it's a win-win for them. They can try and get the best out of him in that 2 years, and if they do, they've got a guy, and if they don't, well, then he can go wherever he pleases, I guess. Jamie, what do you think?
Yeah, well, for Caddy, I think it's so good for. If I was an Essendon fan, you'd just have a big sigh of relief, because he has proven in a terrible team that he can be a gun key forward. Like, he clunks him. It looks very, very good. Very likely he's going to have a good career, I think. Jed Walter, I don't think he's shown much at all. I think it's more the opposite. I think it's quite smart by Gold Coast signing him for nothing longer than 2 years, because very well 2 years down the line you could be moving on to him, and it could be a bit of a Shacky or a Paddy McCartan sort of operation. Obviously, a few concussions in there for Paddy, but one of those sort of bust key forwards. While we're on the AFL, boys, unless you had anything else to add to that.
Just before you go, I think it's funny at the start of the year talking about Jed Walter not going to get a game because Jamara's come. Well, don't want to bash Jamara, but Jamara might not be in the league.
You just stole me thunder. Yeah, literally you took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, I was about to say there was a bit of a bathroom incident up in Queensland at the rugby, what's it called again? State of Origin, where McAndrew and your man Adam Jamara, not your man, sorry to group you in with him, we're seeing coming
says me, man, no,
exiting a bathroom stall together. So not a very good look.
So do you mean they've left the same toilet cubicle together?
Yeah, so they were either kissing or doing other things.
They could have been having a sword fight.
Oh, man turn.
Oh, no, who's going to win?
Oh, shit. No, well, yeah, look, when Jamara left the Dogs, I was optimistic he could find a new home and make something of his career, because he's obviously super talented. I had 2 worries. I don't think he cares about footy. I think he's just good at it. And Gold Coast could be the worst place to go. I haven't been to Gold Coast in a long time, but you look at Gold Coast and there's a lot more to do in Gold Coast than there is in Footscray. You go to the Footscray market and have a good time, I'm sure. But, yeah, that's my worry with Jamara. But, yeah.
Yeah, not good. Not good. Anyway,
Gold Coast have gone from all these key forwards to maybe it's only Jed Walter next year.
It's just back to this, and like I don't want to rag on Gold Coast again, but God, it does my head. Like, did you see Mackie Andrew walking into the goal scare doing one of these ones to the crowd? Like, yeah, there's something very wrong with the Gold Coast Football Club. Like, the culture there is just completely fucked. There's no arguments. I think there's going to be more than Ben King and Bailey Humphrey leaving at the end of this year. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Real asking for a trade and Noah Anderson wanting to come back to Melbourne. I think there is a fair bit going on.
It's just sports teams in Gold Coast, I think. No sports
Well,
team
you look
ever
at the
has
Gold Coast Titans, like they suck.
been successful. So let's get to a bit of football, Jamo.
Prestige.
Sorry, Gemma.
Prestige, World Cup, worldwide, prestige with Adam Toohey.
I reckon that's your best. Is his best so
Oh,
far.
yeah, that was his best. That was
That is it. There's no more. Oh, one more because
there'll be one more.
Me boys, we had to get new beers. Cheers to the Spaniards. I said it last week when everyone's just getting a bit too confident with France. They were going to get done. I thought France might bang one home, but they couldn't. The Spanish backline is rock solid. Nick Wright lookalike. I don't know his name, but anyone who knows Nick Wright on Fox in America, he's playing for Spain at the moment. He's as solid as a rock. And look, I did the intern's problem for this morning's game, actually. I set the old alarm for quarter to 5
in the PMs.
rather than the AM. So Harry, my youngest son, woke up and Jay goes, "Oh, it's aren't you meant to be awake?" So I only watched the second half. I rolled out of bed as they banged home the second snag. Did you boys see Lamine Yamal's goal that was offside by a nose hair?
No, because I did this similar to you, but I woke up at 5 a.m. and then I put my phone back down, and then I woke up to my beautiful girlfriend pushing me saying, "It's 7:10. Don't you have work today?" Well, I have work every day. So, I better get up. So I missed the entire game. So, no, I didn't see a single bit of it.
Lamine Yamal took on the defender. That is why I was so big on him, even though I'd never watched him play. A few highlights, but it was gorgeous to watch, and he is so good. There is a reason he won't win the Golden Boot unless he bangs home 15 in the grand final, but he is a beautiful soccer player. He's going to be good for life.
So was it offside?
It was offside by a nose.
But that doesn't put money in your account, does it?
No, but I have
because I've been backing him because he's due.
He's good. He's really good. But the thing with this game, before I just keep cashing in my receipts of how I tipped Spain before the World Cup, they dominated. Like it wasn't like 2-0, but like they dominated today's game against France. France pushed a little bit late, but Spain looks really good. Any of you's got comments?
90-minute cardio session for the French.
Pretty much.
Good. Yeah, I didn't watch up, but I was surprised at the result. I didn't wake up, rather.
The one thing that I have taken out of it is it's going to be a big couple of weeks for Lionel Messi because this Golden Boot, he got no competitors anymore. Harry Kane and Jude aren't far behind him, but...
Are they 1 or 2 behind?
1 behind. But he bangs on home in this game, well then, good luck catching him.
If he doesn't, though.
If he doesn't,
you're sipping sodas in Miami and hoping the Pommy boys don't bang one.
Well, it's a good point, but who do we have for the final game? I know we've touched on it a couple of times now, but we might as well rehash it. Who have you got for England versus Argentina, which will be tomorrow at time of recording, but yeah, it'll be as you listen to the podcast.
Well, I think England will win 1-2, and controversy. The thing I've loved with Outback to Football is the Argentina and English fans defending their countries when there's a little bit of controversy. So for Dar's sake, I hope there's lots of controversy in this one.
Jamie?
I've got England winning 4-2 and Jude Bellingham kicking a hat-trick.
4-2 would be a wild semi-final, wouldn't it?
Would be huge.
I've got England as well, but I'll go 2-0. And football is coming home, innit?
No. Spain are going to win it. Spain was so good today. Like, It's funny, like, watching the World Cup, and it's clearly obvious as a casual supporter who doesn't watch football, but you watch the Aussies and their inability to score, or just their struggles to score, and you watch, like, Spain and, like, Lamine Yamal just dance around blokes, and we're like, it's obvious we don't have a guy like him in our team, but there's a reason he gets 100 million and our forwards get...
Our entire squad gets 100 million. Yeah.
It's like, it's not really close. They're so good to watch.
A few, like the correspondent and a few other guys that I've been talking to that are big soccer fans say that England are renowned for doing this. Like, they'll go a long way, but they just choke in the big game. So,
Bit of Choco Williams or
it'll be
Reggie Miller.
very, very interesting to see how this game plans out. But my France pick's now gone, so I'm going to have to get on the Poms. So Poms to win it all for me.
Me versus the correspondent, the Chons. He's got England to win. I've got Spain. Outback to Football's derby had Spain. So the real ball knowers.
Yeah, the real ball knowers who pick Golden Boot winners out like for fun.
Just you wait for Ivory Coast in 2030, boys. They can't.
When we're in Spain watching it. We'll head to the island, will we?
Forget Love Island. Everyone should watch Intern Island.
Well, after last week's Intern Island has now been finished by France after in my defence,
It was your best one so far.
It was my best one so far. I'd called the winner of each game, and I'd been very close with my margins too. So I was very happy with that. But this week, I'm going to go back to the Aussie game. I'm going to go to the AFL. And I'm looking at the Rising Star Award for this year. So, obviously, Jagger Smith, Willem Dersma. Jagger's the favourite at $1.70 or something like that. And Dersma's not far behind on $3.70. As an Eagles supporter, love Dersma. Like, he's been awesome. As a fantasy coach, Jagger Smith, he's had a great year himself. But I think the rightful winner is Jagger's teammate, Harry Dean. So, my reasoning why. He's been a massive part as to why Carlton has been able to do what they've been able to do. Wiedering goes out, Dean comes in and has fit in seamlessly. As an 18-year-old kid, he has held up their defence, been their key back, been so good and just really shored up their defence. And you look at a few of his scalps in the last 5 weeks. Georgiades won, Ollie Henry won, Nate Caddy won, Aaron Cadman 0 and Waterman 0. So he's kept some seriously good footballers to very limited impact. Like, there's some serious scalps I've rattled off. Like, I know personally, as an Eagles fan, Waterman's averaging something like 5 shots a goal.
He probably had 5 though, did he?
5 shots a game. He didn't see the prune that day. He gave away one, passed one off late, which he could have kicked. But Harry Dean is having a fantastic year, and midfielders obviously get a lot more praise because they find a lot more of the footy. They're a lot flashier. They get noticed more. But as a key defender, he's having a fantastic year in his first year. And as a forward that watches along, you go, geez, this bloke looks like a prick to play on. And I personally think he's the most deserving winner of the Rising Star for the year that he's had. What are your thoughts, gents?
This is what the island's all about. Going out on a limb on something but an educated limb. My pushback is, out of them, Ollie Henry isn't a forward. Bumhole. Nate Caddy plays for Essendon, so that's why he's kicked 1 goal. Aaron Cadman, he's still developing. Waterman and Georgiades is, I think, probably the best key forward in the comp without any educational actually looking. I love watching Mitch Georgiades. I'd like to see how many points he kicked that day, though, because he's a prick of a kick for goal. Same with Jake the Snake. But, yeah, I like the idea. For me, the Rising Star, again, I had both of these boys, Jagger and Dersma, in fantasy. Willem Dersma is going to be a super duper star. Because I feel like Jagger is a bit of an accumulator, but Willem is like, I'll kick you 3 and have 20.
Impact on a game. Yeah.
And I know if I'm picking a team, like, give me that, put him with Harley Reid, your future's starting to look bright, West Coast fans. But I like the idea of Harry Dean being the Rising Star because you are right. Key position, it's hard position.
To your point about Dersma, like you say, Jagger's an accumulator. Dersma is so good because he impacts the game, whereas Dean impacts the game by taking out their team's best forward most weeks. Like, I could have went right back in who he's played on throughout the whole year, but I'd be still going now. I've just gone the last handful of weeks, but
Also feel like the last 5 weeks is the most important because that's when Carlton have been playing
exactly since
good
they've
footy.
since they've found their form and been really good.
He's been a big part
He's
of
been
it.
a massive part of it. So I think in regards of influence and impact on a game out of those three, and this hurts because how much I love Dersma, I think he's the most deserving Rising Star winner. What are your thoughts, Jamie?
Strongly disagree, mate. I think he's probably third. I'd take Jagger every day of the week, and Willem is number one for me. And I just don't think it's even close. I think it's Dersma, Jagger, and then Paddocks before Harry Dean. But not to say I don't want to shit on it too much because he is a good player and he could have a better career than both of them easily. But in terms of Rising Star and Rising Star winner, no, it's not going to happen.
Does that price surprise you, Jamie? Like $3.75 to $1.70? Because it's certainly like I'm not going to lie, I haven't watched a lot of West Coast and Carlton games this year. Like if they're on the tally, I'll watch them. But I've had both of them in fantasy. Willem, I've loved more than Jagger, especially early on in the year. When I've seen Willem, he, as you said, takes games over. I thought it would be tighter than $1.70's like he's just going to win.
Is Willem $1? Is Willem $3? Is he?
$3.75.
Oh fuck! I'd be. Just depends. Like these awards, I'm very skeptical that they just look at the disposals line and give it to whoever's on top. But God, Dersma is a like impact on play. Dersma every day of the week, for sure.
I am same thing. Once I did my research throughout the week to come up with this island, I couldn't believe when I saw Jagger was $1.70. Like you say, that's just like he's like if there was a Brownlow leader on $1.70, well, he wins. Like he wins. Whereas they've got it like it's a fair margin between the two, and I don't think it's that far off. Like Jagger's in a team that's winning more, but he's in a better team. Whereas Dersma was the number one pick in the comp because he's gone to the worst team statistically last year.
And not that this counts, but Jagger's been in the system for 12 months.
Yes, exactly
This is
right.
his technical second year.
But he's been around the program.
Not that that affects Rising Star.
Like you say, he's been around the program, the system, and all that sort of thing. And like you say, in regards of actual impact on a game, you said you haven't watched much Carlton or West Coast football. Well, I'll give you the hot tip. I watch the most West Coast and Carlton football because my missus is mad Carlton as well. So I usually watch both of them games most weeks. And don't get me wrong, Jagger is a very good player and he's going to be a very good player. It's obviously a biased opinion coming from a West Coast supporter, and I will put that out there and I will preface what I'm about to say by saying this. But in regards of how much you notice a player, I don't notice Jagger anywhere near as much as I notice Willem because of impact. Like you say, Jagger does a lot of accumulating, and yes, he gets a lot of the footy, and he's pretty good with it. But like you said, Adam, Dersma can have you 15 touches, kick 3, and each one of them 15 touches
and 2 hangers
is effective and impacts.
How long are his arms?
Jagger
He's got
is
the
as
longest
much
arms.
so.
He's got
no, it's very interesting. It's a good island because I like it. I don't think it'll come to fruition.
If anyone out there does agree with me
Dersma.
and wants to have a go at it, he's $7, Harry Dean, which I feel like the fact that those two are $1.70 and $3.70, and then $7 is our next one, and the year that Harry Dean's having, it's awfully stiff.
It's a voted on award, so you're getting people in the media and whatnot to vote on it. Yeah, I think it's hard to see one of them two midfielders not winning it would be my thing. But that's what the island's all about. Going out on a limb with a bit of statistics. I like it, Ado. Well, Jamie, we haven't got a stinger for this because I changed me Wednesday. I'm trying to find a bit of a banger, to be honest. Me Wednesday segment, but I think this is it.
You've rattled through about 15 Wednesday segments already, and we've hopefully got the winner.
We're trying to find that balance, you know.
Testing the tyres, trying to find a bit of traction.
Exactly. Well, I think terrible takes is it, but you can't terrible takes every week. Outback to arsehole. You can't go naming arseholes every week.
No.
The top fives, it just becomes a bit mundane.
Yeah.
So we're going today to Toohey's This or That.
I like it.
I'm going to go Aid first, then I'm going to go Jamo. We've just this or that. Toohey's this or that.
The part that I like about this segment too is 1 week you could just roll out and be like McDonald's or KFC. You can make it whatever the
can
fuck
do
you
whatever.
wanted to.
And again, for people that know why I'm keep changing segments, well, you probably don't, but it probably comes down to preparation a little bit. This took me 3 minutes before the podcast to put together. So that is an important part because raising a family, running a page, working takes time. Enough of me talking. Who wants
He's going to
first?
start talking.
As he continues to talk, yes.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Righto, we got an NFL rivalry. Which is bigger? The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens or the Green Bay Packers and Chicago Bears?
Packers, Bears. Not even a question either, I don't think. I think that's the biggest rivalry in football.
Ooh, even college.
Oh, no, Michigan and Ohio State.
Yeah,
but
I agree with NFL. Jamo, we can both go. Do you agree, Jamo?
Who was the first one again?
Steelers, Ravens.
Oh, it's definitely the Bears and Packers.
I think Steelers Ravens is pretty big though. Like,
Nah.
how many big games have they played in the last 10 years?
I'll tell you what, when we're over there at the draft and seeing how the Steelers fans, the thousands and hundreds of thousands of Steelers fans react just when a 6th-round pick from the Ravens would get read out and like the whole stadium of like 300,000 people would just be booing the absolute piss out of them. It does not, like, that is a massive rivalry, but also at that same event, like you're getting people like Bears fans walking around with, and like Packers fans, and you could see them, like one Bears fan had the cheese grater on his head and there was some old mate dressed up in his full Packer kit, real enough behaviour. And they all like started going at each other and bickering. Like rivalry over there is not even close to what we see here in Australia.
Sort of what we're leaning onto with this whole segment, this one. So, Jamo, we're up next. What would you rather run out to? Virginia Tech's Enter Sandman or Texas A&M's Power?
Enter Sandman for me. The reason being, a bit of nostalgic value. Oh, that was one of the things that got me into like college football, was like seeing that run out. I reckon Enter Sandman in the 2015, that was a fucking ripper.
yeah, I got to agree. Give me Tech. Like, unbelievable to see the whole stadium just jumping on their feet, going mad. It's one of the coolest things.
We really need to see this in person.
But I'd nearly go out there on a limb.
James Franklin coaching this year.
Penn State's white out.
That might be up later.
I was going to say, it might be up later.
Not today.
But
Maybe today.
That is up there too for me, I reckon. Just
Nathan Tice, Aussie punter at Penn State.
unrelated, but that's just another one that I have to throw out there.
I think I would disagree. I think I would go Power by Texas A&M, and I don't know if it's because I feel like, well, Texas A&M have been better, especially last season. That joint vision of that last year was incredible.
Not to mention Kyle Field holds what, 115,000 or something. Like,
Which
it's
would
the
be
4th or 5th biggest stadium in college football.
Yeah.
So a little bit of
both would
advantage.
be both would be big. Jamo, we're going to rivalry games. This or that.
The game.
Nah, I've avoided the game.
That's fair.
Alabama versus Auburn, the Iron Bowl, or Texas versus Oklahoma, the Red River rivalry.
The Red River rivalry, for me, that's probably where I'm landing. Mainly because I watched that game last year and it was a bit of a humdinger from memory.
I agree, but that's probably more because if I had to pick a college team, Oklahoma would be my team. I sort of follow it all, but that's the one game that I put in the calendar at the start of the year and go, I'm not missing this. I reckon it's unbelievable to watch.
Again, just the college, like, atmosphere of just those rivalries. It doesn't matter if you're good or you're shit. One of our reels that went off this week was from the Iron Bowl, Auburn and Alabama. And AJ McCarron throwing a 99-yard tutty to Amari Cooper to tie the game up for only the kick 6 to happen. Alabama go to kick a field goal to win the game, and it gets returned 99 yards to win. Like, and I think Alabama were 1, Auburn were 4. This is a few years back, but like shit like that happens in these rivalry games too. Like it's madness. But yeah,
I think
Use-
I'm also sorry to cut you off. I just had to correct myself. I think it was either last year or the year before. It was an absolute humdinger of a game because I'm pretty sure from memory now Texas fucking flogged them last year, or maybe even the year before we flogged them.
John Mateer got injured though, didn't he?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, he was out. But I think it was maybe it was 2023 to be honest with you. But it was one of the best games I've ever watched of college football.
Okay, we're going to the end of third quarter entertainment. 2 college teams again. So the end of the third quarter, Florida play I Won't Back Down. I'm not going to try and sing that.
And I won't
Back down.
Gonna
Stand my ground.
Love it. And Wisconsin play Jump Around.
Yeah, that's
Jump around, jump up and get down. Give me jump around. Energy.
I love Tom Petty and I love that song, but Jump Around, it looks like a really good time.
I'm putting this on the pod. We need to get to Wisconsin with the Hoff. Hoff's a Wisconsin alum, and do experience Jump Around. That is another one. We're looking at bucket lists. This is just a ridiculous thing about this podcast so far. Is like we've talked about how it would be good to go to these rivalry games, run out entrances, and Jump Around is another one that'd just be like, tick it off. That's clear for me, I think. I was trying to find one similar and I didn't think I could.
Keep viewing, liking, sharing and everything so that way we can go and do this.
And last
come
one
with us.
for both of you, would you rather the NFL Super Bowl or the college football playoff final? Who's up first,
The
Jamo?
national championship.
Yeah, national championship. Jamo, you go first.
Where is it at? Where's each at? And what teams are playing? You couldn't go
Good
wrong.
point. Let's go last year. So Indiana versus Miami in Miami, or Seahawks versus Patriots at Levi's.
I would have chosen the college football in hindsight just to see Indiana finish that run off, and that game is probably the one to watch.
Changing it now because I agree. That's an easy answer.
Well,
what would you rather? If you only could go to one, what would you rather?
I would still go Super Bowl, even going on last year's Super Bowl. Like, wasn't the greatest game by any stretch of the imagination, but the Super Bowl is the epitome of football. Like, college football playoff is unbelievable, yes, but those guys are playing in that game to hopefully then one day play in the Super Bowl. That is the epitome of American football. So I think for me, it has to be Super Bowl.
Geez, you make some very good points there, Aiden. You make some
as
very
soon
good
as he
points,
started talking then, I don't like to give him credit, but it's an event. And I know I was lucky enough to go last year, but you can't not say Super Bowl.
You look at how many eyes are on it worldwide. Like what companies pay for ads in the Super Bowl, for Christ's sakes. Like, to have that much money spent on advertising because there's that many pairs of eyes on it. The entire country shuts down. All 52 states, 90% of the eyes are on that game in America, let alone the world. It can't not be the Super Bowl, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I agree. You've convinced me.
Not taking anything away from the Natty. I'd still love to go to that too if anyone wants to get us over there.
Well, that's this or that. Toohey's this or that. First time, I think that'll stick around.
I like that you've had a bit of a rotating seg, but I think this is your mainstay, and then I reckon we could squeeze in your top 5 or your terrible take, whatever it is, whenever it has to be. But I like it, mate. That's a good one.
Rightio, should we move on for what everyone actually joins this pod to listen to? The number one
how
reason?
they say put your best, leave your best to last in anything. Like, it's like a big movie. You build up to the ending. Well, this podcast, we do it in reverse, and this is when I go to sleep. Hit the stinger.
Hey, Remember what we said? There's no dissing the multis this week. We got a week off.
Jamie, give us the stinger.
Jamie, don't. I've got us a new stinger, boys.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
That is our new stinger after last weekend. Hitting the bookies for 6. We're going back again, Jamie. As much as I love the OG, that is our new stinger whenever we get a win, I reckon.
Mate, I like it. How nice was it not having to stress about having to sing before the podcast tonight?
Oh, my God. It was absolute heaven. And the best bit was, that's been my guitar practice the last couple of weeks, is whatever Garts Guarantee versus Murph's multi stuff up has been. So I actually got to play for a bit of enjoyment at my home tonight, which was nice before the pod. But
Also,
Jamie,
podcast recording, it doesn't end at 9:30 at night. We're actually on time to finish a bit earlier.
Jamie, you're the man that made us the most money last week, so you can start us off.
Well, all right then, Intern. I'll kick it off. And, some people, they were speculating on the internet this week. I did see a few tweets from some of the big hitters, and they were saying that maybe Garts Guarantee might take the foot off the accelerator and just ease back a little bit and find something safer. But, boys, we're going fucking fight to the floor. Don't you worry about that. First leg, Bulldogs are roughies to beat Gold Coast. Gold Coast, we've talked about them on the podcast this week. They're an absolute rabble. They're falling apart. Dogs hit them for 6. That's how we kick us off.
Before we go any further, I thought we all agreed to keep our teams out of the Garts Guarantee.
No, just my team and my
and your
partner's team.
missus's. What about your cousin?
What about your colleagues?
Well, I don't have West Coast in there because I never fucking wins.
Oh, well, good on you, Gold Coast.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, mate, you'll be all right.
Gold
You'll be all right.
Coast
And
in the
also,
drought.
Adam, you got to remember, we've reversed the curse, mate. So it's a blessing to have your team put in this multi. The next one, now, I had to find a way to get Essendon in there this week, but they were paying $1.05. The Giants were paying $1.05 to beat them. So I've just put the Giants to win by 40. They're going to win by minus 39.5 at $1.86. They're going to lose by 100, so that's pretty safe. And then my final leg, I've gone a bit early on this one. Boys, because we don't know who they're playing. But we know Spain are playing in the World Cup final, and Spain are going to win the World Cup final. So to win by any method, whether it be extra time, penalties, they're paying $1.67. Slap that in your multi, $6 odds, put your 50 on that, and we are well and truly in the green.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Again, we're hitting 6s, Jamo. Can we get an update of where you actually stand?
Well, last about negative $50. Yeah, give or take.
Just got to stick fat now.
Yeah.
Just got to stick fat, and
Yeah.
Jamo will take you to the promised land.
That's
See,
it.
this is the thing I have liked about you, Jamo, right? Is you get all these blokes talking about guarantees, and you get them talking about, oh, yeah, we win money and yada, yada, yada. But then they'll give you a $2 multi like you were doing, and you get in your hole, and if you win, you win, you lose, you lose. Gambling is you lose more than you win. But when you hit 6s at $6, you win. Still, from my point of view, gamble responsibly. Don't gamble at all, like myself. But if you're going to bet gamble, I like the fact that you're having a hitting a 6.
Love it. What do you got for us, Murph? Let's go bang bang again this week, mate. I got a good feeling, some
Well,
good juju in the pod studio this week.
After a week getting the eye in with the football, I'm going back to our brand of football. I'm going to the Australian rules. Now, before anyone comes at me with any of these selections, these are actually all researched and warranted. Okay? So
Which I would hope if you're giving your tips to the people.
Oh, no, trust me. Sometimes I could not give a fucking, like Adam does with his segments, puts them together in 2 minutes. Some of these multis I cut up here and I go, shit, I haven't done anything yet. That'll do. And they're probably the ones that I've been losing. So this week,
He's honest.
Errol Goulden is going to have 25 plus disposals against.
Well, research.
Yeah. Shit. I'd have to go back and check who they're all playing, to be honest. Can you get that up, sorry?
Yeah, I'll get that.
But the research behind it was, so Errol's played his last 2 games. First game, managed minutes, 20 disposals, and then last week dominated
Crom.
the Crows, that's right, in Sydney. Errol's going to be out on his wing. He's going to rack the prune up. He's back already, and he's back to his best. He's a superstar. He is their best player when he's up and firing. He's going to find you 25 touches. Luke Parker for North Melbourne. They're playing Melbourne. Melbourne will send Tholstrup, is their tagger, is that right? Tholstrup? He'll have to go to Sheasel. There's no way that they can let Sheasel run around and just run his dick off halfback like he does and rack up 40. But that means someone off that halfback line's going to have to find the prune. So I'm going to our man, Luke Parker. Luke Parker in his last 4 has just been racking up the ball, getting the ball in his hands and being their distributor. 24 disposals for him. Stayed away from the 25, just that one little extra buffer. Moving on, we've got Dane Zorko. Porco. Dane Zorko. He's playing my birds. I knew that one. Don't worry, Matt. I knew that one.
It'll be a gazillion point loss.
Well, you look at...
Oh, it's a big flight to West Coast, though.
Zorko,
30, good bit of value there.
Zorko come back last weekend and under managed minutes still managed to rack up 30-plus disposals. It's what he does. Off halfback, they want the ball in his hands. He is just an absolute accumulator. He's a beautiful ball user. They want the ball in his hands because he does things that no one else can. He's going to find you 25 touches. Apologies already, Jamie, because you're going to get mad at this. Will Day, 22-plus disposals. The Hawks play
Richmond.
Thank you very much. The Hawks play Richmond, so they're going to have plenty of their hands on the ball in the midfield. You look at how they've been going the last few weeks. They've been going okay, but the moment you come against one of these lesser teams, Hawthorn need to make a statement, and they're going to come out and blow them out of the water. Will Day, he's been slowly working his way back in. I think it's time for him to have a massive game and really rack the prune up.
Bing! There goes his hammy.
No.
If that happens, geez, I will be flat. 22 disposals for Will. And then to finish off, we've got John Noble.
Dogs.
I knew they got the Dogs. John Noble, I've said it before, I've said it again. They just want him to have the ball in his hands. The Dogs are one of the easiest teams for halfbacks to rack the prune up against too. Your little mate Bailey Dale will be up the other end doing the exact same thing. This is going to be a game where halfbacks are just going to find the footy. So John Noble for 22-plus disposals as well. Gets us $4.50. You're 50 on that, returns $200 and we just keep on building, boys. What do we think?
Too many legs for me.
5?
Yep, too many legs.
Pretty sure Jamie's last week that it was 5.
It paid over 7s.
Yeah, fair enough. Jamie?
Nah, I'm a big fan of it. Also, Will Day against terrible teams in turn equals posies. An extra day break for the Hawks.
Okay,
this week,
also
so.
what Will Day needs to worry about doing, getting through the 4 quarters, because you talk about due. Lavinia Miles due to get a goal. He is so due to do some form of injury.
No, he's actually... No, don't be like that. Come on. That's a horrible thing to say. You never wish injury upon anyone. And you're basically doing that, so fuck off.
I'm not wishing. I hope for both of your sake and the listeners' sake.
And Will Day's sake.
And Will Day's sake.
Yeah, poor
that
Will
he gets through, that they all are fine, but I'm just saying.
He looks good. He's looking a lot broader and he's put on a bit of extra weight.
That's when he gets injured. As he starts coming good.
We've been through this, you two.
No, we're not. He's not getting injured.
We're not negative. We don't pick apart anything anymore. We're positive when it comes to this segment because it means we win.
Intern, Johnny Noble, bit of a calf cork last week. Nothing to worry about.
Nah, he had an absolute stinker last week, which just means he's due to get back to his best
bounced
again.
back. I thought that's what you're going for, mate. I bloody love it.
Only the 18 disposals for John Noble last week. He'll get back to his best.
100. Love it. It's good for Jamie's dream
just
team.
one before we sort of move. Oh, well, the segment can end, but Jamie, you've been bagging me for weeks about holding on to Porco for the last 7 weeks. Jeez, it's good. You the blokes are playing chess. I'm playing checkers. As fantasy, I'm sitting second, equal second with you. And I'm getting chicaned. Oh, there's only 3 teams that can win it. I spend about a minute 30 doing my trades each week this year, and I'm still up there with you, boys.
Just quietly, the Throwing Shade Cup is coming right down to the wire. Between us 3 and Bronco Benny, basically making up the first and second place there. So there's a big fight out for second. Bronco Benny's run away with it. But I tell you what, boys, it's a few big games the next couple of weeks that are running the finals.
Not that anyone probably gives a shit, but what will your trades be this week?
So I'm going Jai Murray to Ed Richards, your man, Adam.
Who's Jai Murray?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Rookie from Gold Coast. 473k, mate. Straight up to Ed
Edward's
Richards.
a beautiful footballer to watch. Had him all year.
Yeah. He's due for a big 130 as well. Every 5 weeks, he seems to just smash out a big one. So, sort of hoping that's against Gold Coast this week. And Zach Butters to, guess who? Will Day.
Will Day. That's
Mm.
even more of a reason he's going to do a
Have
hammer.
you seen Hawks? Have you seen Hawks run next couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's juicy.
No, you go.
I'll be going the injured Zach Butters to Will Ashcroft, and then hopefully sideways from Jagger Smith to Zach Bailey. Really targeting this matchup this weekend.
I haven't done my trades. I have Zach Butters. I was hoping one of these two gave me a midfielder to get, but I have Ed Richards, I have Will Ashcroft, and I ain't getting Will Day.
Errol?
Oh, yeah. So my fantasy tactic this year has just been pick players that I love watching.
I brought Errol in his first week back just because I love Errol.
I love Errol, and I can back Errol for plus 25, so I'll do that. And I don't know what I'll do with the other one. Don't need it. I only need one. My team's perfect. Still got Jagger Smith, so I probably need to get rid of him. But the forwards just suck.
Yeah.
So
Before
bad.
we go talking about AFL Fantasy end zone, a little bit of an update, Jamo. We've added another to the Outback Sports community. We've spoken a little bit over the last couple of pods about Outback to end zone, but the Tickle Monster, who's been a part of the podcast the last couple of weeks, what's he up to?
The ball tickler.
Yeah, we're kicking off. We have kicked off a new page, Outback to Octagon. So I'm not going to pretend, or any of us three are going to pretend that we're big nuffs in the sort of MMA and UFC space. But we tell you what, Tickler loves it, and we love sport. So we've kicked off a new page that he's going to be running. So if you love that sort of stuff, if you love your fighting and kicking people in the face, then that's where you follow.
You say you're not going to pretend. I don't think, just wrapping my brain, I haven't ever watched a UFC card.
Neither
Like,
have
one fight from start to finish. I've watched boxing, a couple of boxing, right? But never watched a UFC card. So I definitely am not going to pretend to know anything about it.
I was sitting there hungover as shit on Sunday, and my mate who I've moved in with was telling me, he's like, we've got to watch this fight. I've got to watch this fight. It's going to be an absolute cracker. And I was like, all right. He goes, we'll go halves in it. I'm like, fucking whatever, $60. I'm like, yep, pay that. Better be good. It's Conor McGregor. I know who that is. I watch that. It's the worst fucking thing I've ever watched. So I hate to shit on our new page and what it's about, but I know there's plenty of people that do love it. So,
and I'm not saying that I'm shitting on the sport. It's just like one of those sports I've never really got around, to be honest. But yeah, excited for that, for the Tickle Monster. Also just goes to show for anyone that's listening that wants to expand on Outback Sports, when we say you get your chance to run your page, this is proof. We aren't gonna hold you back at all. We give you the keys. We let you. We teach you what we know and let you attack it and become a part of the Outback Sports community. Because, yeah, this is where we want to continue to grow and expand, especially on the content side of things. And we can't do any more ourselves, so getting other people involved and teaching them is the way to do it. Well, we're going to catch up with Prokick tomorrow, Jamo. I cannot do that because I've been called into work at my house that we're building at the moment because Jay has gone and put the foot down.
Oh.
So we're not doing that. But we are going to be starting to link up with Prokick a little bit more, which is really exciting.
Yeah, we absolutely love what Prokick are about, and we've talked to plenty of the athletes. We've gone there. You had a tryout down there, mate.
Pretty bloody good.
They are freaking awesome. So we're very excited to work with Chappie and the team down there, and expect plenty of Prokick content to come in the future.
Exciting stuff. Who's got turn this week? Beaufort.
Yeah.
I was talking to a bloke today that was from Dunstown. That will be a gazillion point win. You might get yourself a couple of handfuls.
No.
Kick them straight.
No.
Steal a couple off Kirby, Neville, and...
Nah, now that my day's over, it's back to passing them again. I'm not, goals I don't care. I pass them.
When you kick 10, you
I take more pride in just kicking a 45-metre board and someone
Bingo.
and just going, that's too good.
Problem in the twos, they drop it most of the time. So
Yeah, that's the one thing. My goal kicking's the worst it's ever been. My field kicking, though, is as I've never kicked the ball better in my life. I had blokes coming after the game going, why don't you do what you do on the field to the goals? And I said, I don't know
Bit
how or
more
why.
to it, isn't it? Bit
Yeah.
more
Maybe
to it.
a
What are you up
positional-
to, Jamo?
Maybe a positional change for the turn might be in order. Might have to swing the magnets, put him off half back.
Yeah,
I don't mind. He
I
loves a
did go
half.
to half back for a little bit in the last quarter on Saturday. I said to the coach,
Fill the boots.
put someone else forward. I've done enough down there. And just ran off half back, few cheapies out the back. It was beautiful.
For
Are you
my
back
week,
playing, Jamie, or not?
We got the
we got the bye this
Ooh.
week, which probably comes at a
Sunday
pretty good time
Sledge?
for myself.
Sunday Sledge. We have a special guest. Well, he has confirmed, but he's yet to send the sledge in. So, Australian cricketer. That's all I'm going to say. Teaser. As you
jeez.
call in the game, teaser. Australian cricketer will be involved. If you know me, it's pretty easy to guess who the Australian cricketer will be. But if you don't know me, it's an Australian cricketer.
Is it Steve Smith?
Could be. Jamo, he does play cricket for Australia.
It's not Steve Smith.
Could be.
Speaking of Sunday, and make sure you stay tuned for the Sunday Sledge when it gets released on Sunday. But also on Sunday, in the long form video space, we are continuing our draft trip. So the next episode of that will be coming out at 7 o'clock on Sunday. So make sure you've got your bell, click that bell notification so that pops up for you on YouTube. And give that one a watch. I haven't watched it myself yet, but we know Dion from DSA Media does a ripping job. So very excited to bring that one to you.
Keen to check it out. Last thing, bit of housekeeping, but we have invested in another app which allows us to post on X, YouTube, TikTok all at once, Facebook and Instagram. So if you're an Instagrammer, if you're a Facebooker, if you're a whateverer, you can find us and we will keep you up to date with all Outback to End Zone podcast and normal clips because it has been well overdue. We're just getting it up and running with the other Outback Sports pages, but we've said it since day.turn. We need to be better on these other platforms. Instagram's our baby, but we've put money into it, so we're going to invest.
Bloody oath. Love it.
See you, land like a whistle.
See you like a whistle.
See ya, Russell.